Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka the Weather Gamer. Sorry about that, forgot to turn the mic on. Bringing you a kind of like, special thing. You know, it's Gen 8. Why am I not logged in here? Let's get logged in. I didn't do this for Gen 7 just because, you know, I wasn't into competitive in Gen 7, but here I am, Gen 8. I am the Weather Gamer after all. What is one of the most common things that I draft? Weather. I've used sand teams several times. I've used a rain team several times. I used a sleet team, which if you don't know what a sleet team is, it is a rain and a hail team mixed together, giving you sleet. Because frozen rain, or rain that hits and freezes, sleet. That's, or freezing rain's when it hits the ground and freezes. Sleet is when it's partially frozen. I've never used sun. Hail sucks. Hail still sucks, but I'm going to do an 8-part series here on rain, sand, sun, and hail teams, just from my personal experience. I do not guarantee you're going to have any success with these teams. It's just something that I think could potentially be kind of cool for people that want to try these various things. So these, each Weather Gets 2 videos want to be a Gen 8 where I look only at the mods that are available for Wi-Fi, like Gen 8 mods that you can use, and then I will look at the whole Nat Dex, whole national Dex, for those that may be doing full Nat Dex leagues. I will include Megas for the Nat Dex. I will not be including Z Crystals, just because most leagues I know are banning Z Crystals. A lot of them are banning Megas, but some aren't, so I'll still leave Megas in, because some Megas do have viability to the various weathers. So to kick things off, we're going to start with rain. This will be Gen 8 and only Gen 8 rain. The next video will be Gen 8 Nat Rain, National Rain. So the basics of rain: you need a rain setter. You typically want a physical rain sweeper, a special rain sweeper, and then things to help set up so the rain sweepers can come in and just clean up the end of the game. So you're going to need them on. You either have to manually set rain, which can be very, very difficult at times. Manual rain, I've tried and not had much success with it. Usually you have to run a Prankster Weathermon, you have to run a Focus Sash rain setter. Dynamaxing, if you are allowed to Dynamax, it does make things easier because Max Geyser, a max water move, sets rain. So any water-type Pokemon can viably become or any Mon that gets a water-type move can viably become a rain setter then, if you Dynamax it. But that's not necessarily the case. I'm going to assume under no Dynamaxing because it's kind of broken right now. So the first thing, Drizzle is the ability that sets rain. Summons rain when it comes in. If you want, you generally run Damp Rock on your rain setter to get 8 turns of rain. Otherwise, you may need to run you may run different items, you only get 5 turns of rain, that sort of thing. Wait, please. So when you look here, the only 3 Mons that are natural rain setters are Kyogre, not in Gen 8, Pelipper, and Politoed. Politoed did not make it into Gen 8 either, but Pelipper is. So right now, if you're going to run a rain team in Gen 8, you're going to want to use Pelipper with Drizzle. Water flying type, kind of slow, but decent defensive bulk, and hits pretty hard with Stab Hurricane. So you generally want to add, you want Pelipper. Or Drizzle. The item you use, it can vary what you want. You can run Sashed if you need. As a lead, you could run which I'm going to use mine as a lead for this team. With Drizzle, U-turn to pivot. What else do I want on this thing? U-turn, Hurricane, Scald, and let's see, what do I want as my 4th move? Knockoff could be good. Roost is also pretty viable. Tailwind could be nice. I'll give it Roost, just so if you somehow can get a Roost off, you don't take the rocks damage. And then I'll come back and I'll fill in the EVs after that. So after you've got your rain setter, then you want to look at abilities that take advantage of rain. Swift Swim being the major one. Here, if rain is active, the speed is doubled. The other one that is kind of viable is Rain Dish if you need a defensive rain mon. And there's actually one more ability I forgot to pull here. There is also Hydration, which if you get a status and it's raining, the status is cured at the end of the turn. But Rain Dish, not really something that most people use. Most of the time, it's either a Hydration mon or a Swift Swim mon. So of the mons that did survive, Beartic is still there, but it's very underwhelming at base 50. Speed stat wise, did Goldeen and Sea King make it? I'm looking through the Galar decks right now, because I don't know off the top of my head 100% who all made it and who didn't. Let's see here. I feel like Goldeen did, but I'm not 100% certain that it did. For some reason, I just remember seeing, yeah, it did. So Goldeen, or Sea King could be a... Sea King, I get Swift Swim. Yeah, no, Sea King could be a Swift Swimmer. Again, not the greatest stats. Golduck did not make it. Yeah, I know Golduck did make it. None of these made it. Ludicolo did. Ludicolo has been a pretty decent sweeper in rain, decent speed stat. Base 70 is pretty good for the rain sweepers. It's a good water grass type hits, very, very good. Mantiny generally don't run. Swift Swim. Ammonite Amistar didn't make it. They didn't make it. Quillfish is a pretty decent Swift Swimmer, decent speed, a nice physical attacker. Also gives you some hazards. Sea King, not the greatest. Seismitoad. Seismitoad has become very, very good. It's very viable. You can run it physical or special. Because it did get physical water type moves. So Seismitoad's great. The two mons that are not listed here, Dreadnought. So Dreadnought does have the ability Swift Swim. It is base 74 speed, which is better than Mega Swampert. 115 attack stat, 90 defense, 90 HP. So it's a very good physical attacker. It's nice and bulky. Very good speed stat. And it can run Strong Jaw. I like it as a Swift Swimmer. It is, unfortunately, outclassed by Barrascuda here as a Rain Dance sweeper as well. Because Barrascuda has 123 attack and this blazing 136 speed. In rain, no investment, but jolly nature. A Barrascuda can outspeed Dragapult and a couple of other mons. While I'd love to use Dreadnought as my Swift Swimmer, I think I'm going to use Barrascuda on this team just for this rain build, because you're going to see Barrascuda be pretty common. Why are you banned? Gen 8 OU Barrascuda, there we go. And we'll Swift Swim. Generally, you could run this thing with a very offensive item like Life Orb in that. I'm gonna go max attack. I'm gonna give it a little bit of speed, not a lot, minus special attack. Just so outside of rain. I get 329. I can't. Okay, so outside of rain, that allows you to outspeed base 100s. Any base 100 mon you're faster than. With Gen 8, there's not a lot of mons that are above that speed stat. This generation is very, very slow. Put the rest into the bolt. I want an odd bolt number for rocks, so let's make 330. So yeah, this Barraskewda in rain will beat base 100s that are Scarf. It should beat up to... Don't know if it'll beat 0 if it's Scarf. But anyways, so Barraskewda, give it Close Combat, give it Liquidation, give it... Let's see, what is this thing gonna have problems breaking? Give it Poison Jab for bulky grass types coming in on it, and let's see, what is the last bit we want to give this thing? I have not used Barraskewda yet, so I do not have a great understanding of its move pool. Because rain teams, okay, so rain teams, and I'll talk about this when I build the last 3 mons, generally struggle with bulky grass types, bulky water types, electric types, and counter weather. Do you get Ice Fang? You do get Ice Fang, but I'm poison jabbing. Give it Drill Run. We'll give it Drill Run, that way I can hit electric types coming in, potentially. So we'll go with that. The Pelipper I'll still EV later, because I don't know what I want to do for that yet. So, that's my physical Swift Swimmer. I don't need a Hydration Mon yet. Anyways, I could come back and get another Hydration Mon. I'm going to run, not that, Seismitoad. Seismitoad, Swift Swim. Give me the shiny boy. I'm gonna give this thing the, what is the grass berry? Rindo Berry. Rindo Berry, so I can take a grass type hit. We'll give it Scald. We'll give it Sludge Wave to hit bulky grass types. We'll give it Earth Power to hit electric types potentially. And then I like Grass Knot. It does get Power Whip now too, which is very, very clean. Toxic's another option. I'm gonna give this Toxic, just so I can Toxic like bulky grass. What am I trying to Toxic here? No, not Toxic. Yeah, so I can Toxic bulky waters trying to come in on this because otherwise I give it Power Whip, which if I was running a physical set I'd probably do that. Speed stat wise, 184 is 364 right now. Let's see, I'm just gonna pull Calc up. Calculator. I'll have this link down below as well. Zero Aura hits 420 something. 423 times, I think it's 423, 1.5 divided by 2. Need to hit 317, which I don't think is possible. Not even close to being possible. Okay, so I can't break Zero Aura, but what about, what is Rabombi's base speed? 122? Which I... 5... Actually, I'm doing this wrong. I am doing this very, very wrong. I should just click here. Rabombi, not Mr. Rhyme. Rabombi is at 284. I closed my calculator. Oh. Sorry. This is what I need to do. 381. So 381. 381. 5. 2. 285. So I still can't outspeed Rabombi at +1 either. Okay, good to know. Then what's the next? Well, let's just... Let's see. That's 4... There's 424. That outspeeds, Zera Aura, in rain. So, Seismitoad is not, like, Barraskewda fast. We can get rid of Ribombee here for now. So there's my physical, there's my special, Sweeper, and then Pelipper with Sash, which I still have to figure out. So then you get to what I had just talked about with, okay, what do rain teams struggle with? They struggle with bulky water types. I have nothing for bulky water types right now. They struggle with, other than Toxic, they struggle with grass types. Okay, Sludge Wave is nice, Poison Jab is nice, Pelipper Hurricaning is nice. So grass type, a little bit okay, not great. And they struggle with electric types. Seismitoad being immune, but if something's carrying grass coverage, it still hurts. So now, me personally, for electric types, I like having a Volt Absorber. Why do I like having a Volt Absorber? Because then I heal off the electric hits. Electric type hits are useless against me. Dragon typing is also a big issue here right now as well. We can't really break dragon types. We'll get back to that shortly. So, I like to have Volt Absorbers. Now, who's left of a Volt Absorber for this generation? Jolteon. Zera Aura is now a Volt, still in the game from a Volt Absorber. And then you have, or Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod's also another good ability. Get special attack boosts. I believe Dracozolt here does have Volt Absorb. Yes, it does. So Dracozolt, it also is electric and dragon typing, allowing you to hit dragon types decently. So Dracozolt could be a viable addition. I believe Draco Vish is water absorb. That's not going to do anything. Is it Arctozolt? Arctozolt is a Volt Absorber, being electric and ice type. Again, not the greatest to have there. But of the fossils, Dracozolt is probably your best bet there. The other option would be to forego Volt Absorb and have like Zera Aura as your Volt Absorber. Another option you could run, though, is just to run a electric type that really doesn't care about the electric type hits. We'll give this thing choice specs, punk rock ability, boom burst, overdrive, volt switch. I'm only using Toxtricity because like, yes, I could use Zera Aura, but I'm using Toxtricity because of the fact that I'm trying not to use too many old generation mons right now. This is more geared towards Gen 8, and Zera Aura actually currently isn't available in-game until Pokemon Home comes out. Volt Switch, and I need Poison type move. This Sludge Wave, and then Volt Switch. And as far as this thing goes, I'm just gonna run Max. Throw the last 4 in Fizdef. Pelipper pairs nicely here because it can stop the ground type earthquake hits. Going after Toxtricity. Toxtricity, Overdrive will break out the bulky water types pretty well. Sludge Wave takes out bulky grass types pretty well. Volt Switch allows you to pivot into Pelipper or into a Swift Swimmer potentially. Again, not the greatest answer to electric types, but because it doesn't really hit them back hard except with like a spec boom burst, but it does do fairly decent there. The next thing you want to think about that's pretty decent with rain teams is steel types. They can pretty easily abuse the rain, obviously, because fire typing cut in half under rain. So a good steel type that can do a lot of damage can be very, very nice. of this generation's steel types. Corviknight would appreciate it. Corviknight can stall out pretty easily on rain teams. The problem is with this build, it's another electric problem because it's still a neutral hit. By the way, Ludicolo could easily sub in for Seismitoad. There's like Ludicolo Dreadnought could be a decent core. This is just one team I'm building right now. There are plenty of others that you could put together. Evolving Rain, but I'm just kind of laying out the blueprint for it. So, Bronzor and Bronzong would give you Stealth Rockers, or Bronzong at least would give you a Stealth Rocker that's pretty decent under Rain. Kling Clang would appreciate it being able to shift gear and not have to worry about the Fire-type hits potentially. I'm just scrolling through the decks right now. I would not recommend Excadrill because of its ground typing. I would not recommend Steelix because of its ground typing. Berserker could appreciate it. Granted, Berserker is not the greatest. Pretty standard is to see Ferrothorn on those teams, on rain teams, and that's probably what I'll choose here is Ferrothorn. Or maybe not. Actually, I've got a different rain. I've got a better rainer and rain and steel type abuser. Bisharp could be decent. I'm just scrolling through all the... Escavalier has always been a staple on rain teams because of its appreciation for the rain. Just scrolling through the steel types right now. Durant, another common rain core steel type. Aegislash actually is a pretty decent one that appreciates rain. So many mons to scroll through. Duraludon can be a pretty decent mon that appreciates the rain. I mean, fire typing's already a neutral hit because of the dragon typing. Yeah, that's it. That's all the steel types. Goodra also has its place on rain teams. Sap Sipper kind of shuts down bulky grass types. Hydration allows you to be more longevity, rest, and rain. I want to make sure like Goodra's known there. Gooey also helps slow fast mons down for rain to come in and sweep, or if you don't have rain up outside of rain, Gooey -1 speed is very, very good. I just had a lot of success in NCO with Goodra on a rain team, so Goodra is mentioned there. I am going to run Duraludon though. Do I want to run Duraludon? No, I'm going to run Pharaoh. I'm going to run Pharaoh Goodra as my last two, actually. Duraludon would be nice, but I'm going to run these two. Not going to run Sap Sipper because I have Toxtricity and Ferrothorn. I'm going to run Hydration on this set. Can't run that. Let's see, what item am I running here? Leftovers. Rest. Draco. And this is the weird thing too. Actually, not really weird. Goodra can run physical, it can run special, it can run mixed. Question is do I want to run it mixed or do I want to run it physical? The problem is every move that Goodra gets has like a chance to be. Let's see, on this team, I think I want. I'm gonna run a mixed nature. Power Whip. Draco, and you don't necessarily want to do this. You cannot take a special hit to save your life. Let's see. I'm more on the physical side, so we're gonna give ourselves a lonely nature, a little bit of speed for speed creeping purposes. 120. I haven't tested this team, so I'm just taking this out. I'll take this out on the ladder, see how we do. And some bulk. just a rough set that I'm running. A little bit of speed, so I'm not speed crept by negative speed nature things, but I can rest and then heal off the rest. Power Whip for bulky water types, dragon types being an issue, Draco, I can Draco them out. Earthquake for electric types, because this thing will check in on a special electric type pretty easily. What do I want to run on this? Rock element? Probably. And then when I said you want things that can allow you to chip. You need chip to get Barraskewda and Seismitoad the ability to sweep late game. So with chipping, Leech Seed obviously is really good for recovery. Stealth Rock, Spikes is also another option. You can run Gyro Ball if you want the steel hits. I'm going to run Power Whip. And then just 2 plus, give me a physical wall. This is a physical wall, there's a special wall. Ferrothorn, once it starts getting, once it gets rocks and spikes up, I have no removal, I just realized that. Not the best. It does too get default, I don't care. It gets default. It's post-home, it gets default. Right, this thing. We want to be... I'm gonna put it there. I'm just going off of previous, like, my previous use of Pelipper. I usually run about 156. I usually run max. And then I put about 100 into 96. This is usually the spread I lead, or run. It's more offensive. You can build a much bulkier Pelipper if you want. Yeah. So that's kind of your basic, like, Gen 8 rain team. Now, it's gonna tell me that Defog's not valid. Not available in Gen 8. Yeah, I know it's not available in Gen 8. I don't care. So you may not be able to play OU with that, but yeah, that's kind of my Gen 8 rain team. I'll put it in a link down below. Again, Ludicolo could sub in for Seismitoad. You could put Duraludon in for these two. I don't really have a good Cleric, but a Cleric is also very nice. Zeraora very easily switches in for Toxtricity. There's a lot that you can shuffle around in here, but this is kind of if you want to start running a rain team, maybe try this. If you modify it, let me know in the comments down below what modifications you made to make it better, because I'm very curious to see how that goes. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for Gen 8 rain. Next video will be Nat Dex rain, and we'll go over that, talk about, you know, the rain and that sort of thing. For those types of leagues. So, thank you guys for watching. Please check out the links in the description down below, and I will see you guys next time.